you can get buried under Arman Tsarukyan and the minutes can just slip away. And he only needs one good shot to really do a lot of damage. And because he's got such a confident and strong base in wrestling, he's able to stifle people's movement to a point when they start to kind of relax a little bit. You know, you think back to his fight against Joel Alvarez. Alvarez was taken down and he was held down from guard, and he couldn't do anything from that position. He couldn't scramble back to his feet. His attacks weren't working from his back, and he was getting hit with big shots by Arman Tsarukyan. But he got to the point where he was just, you can see the kind of laboured posture, and Tsarukyan lands this wicked elbow, which, I mean, it's a beautiful shot. You know, this is where his height it looks like a disadvantage to him until he closes distance and he's clamped onto someone, because then that compact muscle mass becomes really problematic for someone. And this, you know, this is what I'm talking about. I mean, Alvarez has got a good guard. He was always trying to throw things up, trying to isolate a shoulder there. Tsarukyan dropping his head through. You know, very aware in all of these grappling positions of what the options are. But then when it comes to offense, I mean, this elbow that he lands is super slick. And it's quite easy to miss it. You'll see it from this angle here. That's the elbow. And you can see how direct it comes. He's pushing down on the face of Alvarez, and then it's this elbow, and it's coming over and straight down. And he's aiming for the nose. And the reason why this elbow is so difficult to block is because even if people have got their hands up, usually it goes straight through the center and cracks them right on the nose. Plus you're throwing it over, so it's almost like a bowling, like you're bowling a ball, like overhand bowl, like a cricket. You can generate a lot of power into it. Smashes him on the nose with that, and literally, I mean, you can see straight away spot of blood on the canvas. From this point onwards, I mean, this next clip is literally 15 seconds later. Oh, hang on a minute. There's a slow-mo. There's the slow-mo of the elbow. And you can see it opens his nose up right on the bridge straight away. But lovely angle of it. Controlling the hands here. Opens him wide up for this elbow. Comes straight down the center. Hits him right on the bridge of the nose. And then as Alvarez drops back, you can already see the cut right on the bridge of his nose there. Like, it does a lot of damage with one shot. And this is what I'm saying. Like, if Gamrot finds himself on the floor, throwing up submissions, and Tsarukyan is just able to nullify and stifle and keep hitting him with shots, one of these might get through. And then this is what happens. I mean, this is literally 15 seconds after. It was one of the craziest amounts of blood from a single cut I've ever seen. And it was just pouring off his face. I mean... Like, these are the kind of things that, you know, they get the referee a lot more involved in the fight, because this is the end of the fight. I mean, yeah, you know, Alvarez is not in a great position here, but if this amount of blood wasn't involved in the circumstance, the referee probably wouldn't have stopped it here. Like, it's a bad cut. There's a lot of blood. He's not really able to muster a great deal of offense, even though he was trying. And Arman Tsarukyan here looks like he's been trading grapes, making red wine. The amount of blood is crazy from one elbow. So anytime Gamrot's on the floor with him, anytime he's tangled up, you've got to think Tsarukyan's going to be trying to muscle himself to a top position and land these big shots, which means that Gamrot can't be hanging around too much in these bad positions where he can be exposed. And if at any point he is, he's got to immediately start attacking to make Tsarukyan defend instead of start thinking about his own attack. The one other thing that Gamrot has to be aware of as well is, of course, you know, we can't underestimate Tsarukyan's power, because he is a stocky individual. His grappling power and strength has transferred very well to a dangerous striking game, and he's got very loose hips. You know, he throws a lot of kicks as well, but his left hook that he landed against Giagos was the thing I want to focus on here. The reason I like it is because it showed a little adaptation to a gap in the guard, because he throws a high kick here, and then he just whistles past the chin of... Yeah, he's just kind of waiting. He keeps tempting. He's trying to get Giagos to throw so he can counter it. So he throws the high kick. Giagos roughly blocks it, but then he just pings him with that left hand. And then they step across, and Giagos is going to throw the kick, and he's going to block it, and then come back with the same hand again, catch him with that same left hook. But this time, because Giagos is committed forward, he goes with that kick to the body, and Tsarukyan's just able to grab it just for a moment, slows him down, keeps him square. And as Giagos throws that right hand out, Tsarukyan comes over the top and cracks him. Not an ideal left hook in a lot of different ways. But these moments where they come into exchange, I feel like this is where Tsarukyan wins some of the power exchanges. I mean, that is a clean, powerful left hook. And it didn't take him much to put Giagos down and then follow up with a few strikes. And, you get dropped by a good wrestler, they're going to be able to naturally position themselves to throw big strikes where you can't really get away. And if your head's full of water and you're taking shots still, or, one of those elbows comes into play, or your natural instinct is to quick roll for an ankle and put myself in a bad position where I'm going to take more shots. There are lots of different ways for this fight to go. I feel like Tsarukyan's wrestling is a big component to any outcome in this fight. Can he take Gamrot down? Does Gamrot take the initiative and try and take him down? Does he shoot that low single and run him up and start attacking his legs? Is that an attack that Tsarukyan's going to be familiar with defending in an MMA scenario? I mean, is it going to catch him by surprise? Is he doing his research? Does he watch War Room? I mean, I don't know.